I'm Gary Striegler. One of the most exciting and fulfilling things I've learned to do in my over 50 years of working as a carpenter is build cabinets. And I'm so thankful that I've had the opportunity to build some cabinets that were really furniture and some really nice specialty cabinets. But what I want to share today is something else. A lot of our custom home clients are really tricking out their garage with a lot of nice details. They like everything to be organized and to have storage. There's a lot of different companies that will do some really pretty expensive cabinetry in garages, and they do all kinds of other neat stuff like finish on the floor. But we've developed a way of building some pretty durable, economical, highly customized cabinets for our clients, and so that's what I want to share today. It's not fine furniture, it's not even fine cabinet building, it's economical, durable cabinet building for the garage. And this is a great example. Along the wall at the end of this closet, we've got some tall cabinets that are deep. They're going to give great storage. We've also got some divided up base sections. That's going to give a long countertop to workspace. And then in the middle, we've got a little bit of a drawer stack. Now, one thing I want to share, we purposefully built this door stack out a little bit deeper than the base cabinets on your side. That's so that instead of making like a 12 or 14 foot long face frame, we could put one nice face frame for this and then build two smaller, more manageable face frames on either side. Now, let's talk about the basics of how we put this together. The first thing that we did, because you know in the garage, there's a good chance you might have some moisture from melting snow or something might want to kind of wash out the garage. So we started out by building basically a frame. It's like a wall really with little studs in between it out of treated lumber down here. So that's going to be sitting on the concrete and protect everything. Then we took, well, the first thing we did is we just built this tall cabinet. Again, to get really good use out of our material, we made it 8 feet tall. Of course, we have 10-foot ceilings. You might not have 10-foot ceilings in your garage, but it's just put together, drilled for adjustable shelves. Because the shelves are so deep, we actually and pretty large shelves, we actually drilled a third row of holes. So we've got holes at the front, holes at the back, and holes in the middle. That's going to if they put some really heavy stuff on those shelves, that's going to give us a lot of support. And then it just has a face frame on it. These face frames were just nailed in place. Now the face frames that we're doing for this job are pocket screwed together. So that part's pretty much like standard construction. And the way that this went together, so we cut a bunch of these components that are, I think they're about 32 inches long, which is great use out of a piece of MDF. And we started out, we put one of these components, and they're pre-drilled with the shelf pins in them. We put it in place, and of course we've done a layout to figure out how long these pieces need to be, but then we dropped this bottom piece in place and nailed it, and then this next divider goes over against it. There's a cleat on the back wall that gives strength to support the back, and also we can nail into that cleat. And then we also add these upright pieces for spacers, and that's also going to give us an easy way to attach our top. So we put one vertical piece in, drop it in the bottom, and then the next piece goes over against it. We nail it in, get it vertical, use the level to make sure it's plumbed up, and then we come over and put this next section in. Now, of course, we have the drawer stack in the middle. But this is basically just kind of putting cabinets together in place as we went. And that's really the way that a lot of cabinets used to be built back in the day when carpenters built cabinets on the job site. Now, like for this cabinet or for this little base cabinet, which were units that were put together, we did pretty straightforward joinery. It was just pocket hole joinery, but just a butt joint, not a dado. Again, that's pretty standard. So these boxes, the bottom, the middle shelf, and the top, are all just pocket screwed together. When we made this component, this box, again, the joints were just all pocket screwed together. But for everything in between, it was kind of just put together in place. And then we're going to go ahead and put the face frame on this. We'll just glue it and nail it. No clamp, because you can't really clamp it the way this is put together. I could have probably used some pocket screws to put the face frame on, but out here in the garage, just gluing it down, and I think it's perfectly fine. The last thing I want to show is the doors are going to be just super simple doors. They're just MDF that we've eased the edge on. Now, of course, it's going to be really important to get a good coat of paint on all this MDF. MDF is economical, it paints well, but it doesn't do well with water, so make sure that everything is really well painted, and that's also why we're raising it up off the floor. Now, we're going with standard European hinges, so there will be concealed hinges out here. I just think that that's the best way to go. Plus, it's going to make for some easy adjustment when we're putting those doors in place. I'm not going to go over building these drawers because I've covered that. I'm going to use the same method for constructing these doors that I have shared in some other YouTube videos. But I just want to share, this is a great project. It's something that we're having people do all the time. Again, I enjoy building really highly customized cabinets, but this can be enjoyable too. Boy, can you really make it show when you're just putting cabinets together like this.